Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi. I had to put on my reaching hat. Hear me out. Hello, and I am back with another Lori Vallow update. I did not think it would be this soon, but the situation has been developing pretty rapidly. This makeup look is brought to you by Malachite. This is my 5th Lori Vallow video, so I have created a playlist called Lori Vallow, which is going to have all the videos that I made in chronological order. When I saw that the autopsy report had been released, I have never clicked on anything faster in my life. The big story that everybody was saying was that his death was ruled natural. And so I was like, oh, really? The cause of death is bilateral pulmonary thromboemboli. Anyway, in layman's terms, this means that he had blood clots in his lung. The contributory cause of death is atherosclerotic and hypertensive cardiovascular disease. This means there was plaque buildup in the arteries, which led to high blood pressure, which contributed to his death. The manner of death was ruled natural. There are 5 options for manner of death. You have natural, suicide, homicide, accidental, and undetermined. At the bottom of the medical exam report, you see that the medical examiner says that her opinions are amendable to change should new, reliable, and pertinent information come to light. The autopsy also describes Alex Cox's symptoms before he died. Alex Cox and Zulema Pasternas, 100% sure I said that wrong, they got married in Las Vegas on November 29, 2019. On the marriage certificate, Alex Cox changed his name from Alex Lamar Cox to Alex Lamar Pasternas. Just 10 days after their wedding, Alex Cox died. He died at his wife's house. In the week leading up to his death, he was complaining of a burning pain in his chest and shortness of breath. Remember that. He appeared to be relatively healthy, but when the autopsy was performed and they opened him up, they found a lot of issues. His lungs were clogged with blood clots. He had severe buildup of plaque in his arteries, and he had several benign tumors on his liver. He also had an enlarged prostate and a polyp in his digestive tract. Now, the toxicology report revealed that he had Narcan in his system. If you don't know, Narcan is a medication that they give to revive somebody who's had an overdose from opioids. Now, Zulema Pasternas, his wife, she said that he didn't have any prior medical conditions and he wasn't on any medications. His toxicology report confirmed that he wasn't on opioids or anything. The only thing he had in his system was caffeine and the Narcan. Now, the EMTs could have administered Narcan if they thought that his overdose or his death could have been the result of an overdose. So he was rushed to the hospital and he was pronounced dead shortly after. According to a search warrant regarding the disappearance of Tylee and JJ, Alex Cox was under investigation for homicide at the time of his death. Now, I don't know if Lori and Chad knew this, but if they did, that would be a major reason for wanting to silence Alex Cox. I mean, I don't know, I'm speculating, but I just thought I would set that down. You could pick it up, you could leave it there. So I found this article that was talking about Alex Cox's autopsy, and in that article they interviewed a doctor, and that doctor said, quote, "People who form clots usually have a reason. They've either had a prior clot, or they had a clotting disorder, or they have an acute attributing factor." I took all of Alex Cox's health issues, like the medical terms, and I cross-referenced that with symptoms of malachite poisoning. And now hear me out. Animal experiments indicate that less than 150 grams is fatal. Malachite affects the lungs, and one of the symptoms is shortness of breath. And that was a symptom that Alex Cox had. I found an article, and it's a medical article from a peer-reviewed study. And it says, malachite green is very readily available in a solution that you could buy anywhere over the counter. It's an aquarium or pond solution. I found a study titled Methemoglobinemia due to malachite green ingestion in a child. Listen to this. A 3-year-old healthy 17.3 kilogram girl with no previous significant medical history was discovered by her father with blue lips and nail beds after ingesting up to 2 ounces of an aquarium product containing 0.075 malachite green. The ingestion was observed by 2 older siblings. In the autopsy regarding Alex Cox's respiratory system, it says, quote, "He had a bilateral bronchi containing thick mucus intermixed with aspirated gastric contents and pulmonary edema." So then I said, okay, could malachite cause a pulmonary edema? So I Googled malachite pulmonary edema. The study of the toxicity of malachite said that if somebody ingests malachite, they should be tested for pulmonary edema and treated for pulmonary edema because that is a symptom of ingesting malachite. First of all, I want to say that yes, my arm hurts from reaching. Thank you for asking. I'm going to see a doctor. And second of all, I want to say, remember Ian PAWLOWSKI'S statement? Remember Melanie, Lori's niece, her new husband, Ian PAWLOWSKI? He wrote a statement to police. I referenced it the first time I talked about malachite. Let's look at that again. Here is my favorite part. C, spiritual healing. Healing malachite solution / balm. Malachite is said to have healing properties administered by calling on it in a blessing. And as we have mentioned earlier, that if you were to create a solution of malachite and ingest that solution, it's toxic and it results in the same symptoms that are the natural causes of Alex Cox's death. Again, I realize how crazy I sound. You don't need to tell me. If you're gonna tell me in the comments that I'm crazy, please be nice about it because I'm sensitive. After they had collected Tammy's life insurance money and got married in Hawaii, Lori and Chad were living in a very nice gated community and they were renting a place for $6,000 a month, which is not cheap at all. So somebody who likes the good life, in my opinion, I feel like they wouldn't really enjoy getting a $30 wedding ring, which is the malachite wedding ring that Lori bought, unless the wedding ring and the stone had a symbolic meaning. I'm not proud of what I'm about to say, but at this point, look at me. I was explaining this theory and the case to my husband and I looked like that meme, you know the one? I was like, Lori and the first husband and the second husband, the third husband and her brother and then her niece and then the cult and Chad and then Chad's wife and then they went to Hawaii and the life insurance money. That was me yesterday. According to Chad, zombies are human bodies that have had their original spirits forced from them and have been possessed by either a demon, original third of the heavenly host who followed Lucifer, disembodied spirit, once living human spirits who have chosen not to be reborn into another probation, or a worm / slug creature controlled by Lucifer that enters the body to control the host. Oh, Lord have mercy. Spirits can be pushed from their bodies during traumatic events or deadly injury. Interesting. Spirits pushed out are trapped in limbo as the body they're tied to is still living but cannot be occupied by them anymore, which I believe could totally be a crazy justification for being like, we have to kill JJ and Tylee because the spirits kicked their soul out and now they're possessed by a worm and so we've got to kill them and take the insurance money or something like that. Lori, electric chair. I cannot wait for Tammy Daybell's autopsy. I'm keeping my expectations low on Tammy's autopsy because they had to exhume the body, which means it was probably a lot of decomposition. Now, if Tammy Daybell's autopsy results come out and they're anything similar to Alex Cox's autopsy results or any of the symptoms are similar to malachite poisoning, I'm gonna lose my shit. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.